Every time you ask ChatGPT a question, it rings. Not the data and not even electricity, but the actual drinking water. One 20 to 50 message conversation with AI can use around half a liters of water, and that's a full bottle gone just to answer your questions. Now, some estimate put it way lower down, around a 1/3 of a millimeter per a single prompt, but the range depends on how you count it. But even the conservative numbers add up to something staggering when you multiply it by billions of prompts a day. So today we are answering a question about where all this water are actually going and what does it mean for the rest of us.
Water pressure in the kitchen.
Here is the thing people don't picture when they think of AI. They just picture a chip and a glowing brain inside a box. What they don't picture is heat and an insane amount of heat. Thousands of servers are packed tight and running flat out 24 hours a day. And then heat. If you don't deal with it, it's gonna kill the hardware so fast. So companies cool them down, and one of the simplest and cheapest way to do that is the water. Cooling towers pull in water and let some of it evaporate, and that evaporation pulls the heat away. In the same reason sweat cools your skin. Just multiply that by an entire building full of AI processors running non-stop, and you start to understand why the water bill is not measured in liters. It's measured in millions of gallons. And if your mind is already blown, hit subscribe, cause this only gets crazier from here. So who is actually using all this water? Microsoft has publicly said it's changing something called water positive status. Their newest AI data center designs claims to use zero water for cooling, which they say could save over 100,000 cubic meters of water a year per facility. Google's own reporting says it pulled over 8 billion gallons of water in 2024 across its data centers and offices. They say they put back roughly 64% of that. Notice what is missing. The OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, has not published the same kind of detailed audited water report. And the most specific number floating around is one Sam Altman mentioned himself, a fraction of a millimeter per prompt. So we have estimates, but we have partial reports. But a full transparent company by company picture, that doesn't exist yet. And that gap is the part of the story. Here is the part that actually matters to you and me. It's not just about how much water is used, it's about where it comes from. Because when a massive data center gets built in a dry region, it's not pulling from some infinity supply. It's pulling from the same water that local farms and families depend on. And in some communities near new data center construction in the US, residents have reported real problems like discolored water, sediment, changes they noticed right after construction ramped up nearby. Now, to be fair, companies like Google say their water comes from low scarcity, low risk sources, cause location matters a lot. But that's exactly the point. Even if a company replenishes the water somewhere on the planet, it doesn't help the family whose tap just turned around 3 miles away from the server farm. So next time you ask AI a question, remember that somewhere behind that answer, something is cooling down, and something or someone paying the price for it. And that's for today. See you in the next one.